Brand new three-part docuseries on the disappearance of Mason City anchorwoman Jodi Huisentruit is premiering on Hulu today. It is called Her Last Broadcast and shines a new light on the biggest leads in the now 30-year-old case. And I am joined now by Maria Oz, who is the executive producer of that series, to take us behind the scenes. Hey, Maria.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What inspired you to take on this case now, so many decades later?
Oh, I've been working on Jodi's story for a number of years, actually. I think, a lot of people think that this is a cold case because it's been 30 years, and I would say that's not true at all. I think this is a very active investigation for the Mason City Police Department, and we had the opportunity to work with them to kind of follow along as they chase some brand new persons of interest and tips in the case.
So I watched all 3 episodes, and without giving too much away, you're focusing on 4 key persons of interest here. Was that your goal, or did you develop that along the way?
Yeah, great question. I mean, there's been a number of people who've been investigated in relation to her disappearance. And I think what we wanted to do was choose 4 that sort of, both represented people who've been looked at in the past, but also a couple of new individuals who, folks will be learning about for the first time. I think it would actually be impossible to do a docuseries that focused on everyone who's been investigated, but I think this will give the viewers a really good look at just what this case is all about.
So you mentioned a couple of new persons of interest. Do you have any one of them? Is any one of them your personal suspect number 1?
Yeah, I get that question a lot. I think that what I would say is you never know who did it until you know who did it. And I think Mason City Police would believe the same thing. My job is really to get the information out there, to present the different pieces of evidence that pertain to each of these persons of interest. And really, I think the viewers can form their own opinions about what they might think.
And as I watched the series, which was so compelling, I had several moments of thinking, okay, now they got him. The evidence is just so overwhelming. But then it just wasn't quite the case. Did you have similar moments that were just unforgettable as you produced this series?
Yes, absolutely. I think if you were to look at each one of these individuals who we examine, just in a bubble, it certainly seems like any one of them could have been responsible, right? But then you have to weigh all these other factors as well. I think that what the most important thing is to keep this case alive, and the family participated in this, which is wonderful. I'm really glad we got to shine a light on who Jodi was, and I hope that viewers will, feel like they knew her a little bit.
Now, you also had amazing access to law enforcement, especially Sergeant Prochaska, who has worked on this case since 2009, I think. Was it hard to forge such a close relationship with these officials?
Yeah, I mean, I would say I worked with the Mason City Police Department on a 2020 special a few years back here, and I've really had a long-standing relationship, just getting to know Sergeant Prochaska and all the efforts by the Mason City Police Department over time. That pays off, right? I think that we've developed a great relationship of trust, which was instrumental in terms of being allowed to kind of come behind the scenes with them to show people what it actually looks like to work this case on a daily basis.
Would you say, Maria, that this case is solvable after everything you've learned?
Absolutely, this case is solvable. I think this is an example of somebody out there having just that one missing piece. And, maybe you hear that in other true crime cases or cold cases or things like that, but that is just so true here. I think the hope for everyone is that anyone who has information comes forward and really does have that one missing link.
All right, we'll see where that goes. Thanks so much, Maria, for joining us. Really appreciate you spending some time with us. And congratulations on a well-done docuseries.
Thank you.